Today we are going to start some more additional questions of number system. I am taking today hardcore questions which are very difficult. Okay, but this kind of questions are used to come in the examination as well. So let us start the first question. As you can see, the first question is written in front of you. I will read the question first. If x equal to 3 minus 2 under root of 2, then find the value of x to the power 4 plus 1 upon x to the power 4. This kind of question earlier we have done. Earlier we have found the value of x square plus 1 upon x square, or value of x cube plus 1 upon x cube. So in that, one more question I am taking. So here we have given the power till 4. So here we shall change little bit a pattern. We will not apply any formula. How directly we can do it? Only one formula we have to remember while doing this question: a plus b whole square. So what is the formula of a plus b whole square? It is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, so that formula I will apply here. Let us see how we can find out. First of all, I will find out in the question value of 1 upon x. So that will be 1 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. As you know that in the previous question I have reciprocal the given terms. So if x I will reciprocal, become 1 upon x, because in the upon of x I can suppose 1. Same way here also upon 1 I can suppose, and if I reciprocal, it will become 1 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. Now I am rationalizing this one. So 3 plus 2 under root of 2 divided by 3 plus 2 under root of 2. Now for saving the time, I will skip some simplification steps, okay, and that I think you should be able to do it by your own, okay, because each and every step we cannot write down here, okay. So some steps you take note by your own. Now 1 upon x will be equal to, so 1 upon x will be equal to 1 multiplied by 3 plus 2 root 2, that will be 3 plus 2 under root of 2. And now in the denominator I will apply the formula a minus b into a plus b, that will be a square minus b square. So 3 square minus 2 under root of 2 whole power 2. So that will become 3 plus 2 under root of 2, okay, whole divided by square of 3 will be equal to 9 minus square of 2 will be equal to here 4, and the square and square root will cancel when I will square under root of 2. That will become 2. Now you observe one thing, 4 into 2 will become 8, and 8 if I subtract from 9, remaining 1, and that 1 I am leaving it here. So 3 plus 2 under root of 2. This will remain as a value of 1 upon x. Now we shall find out the value of x plus 1 upon x. Okay, so what is the value of x here? 3 minus 2 under root of 2, and the value of 1 upon x is 3 plus 2 under root of 2. 2 under root of 2 and 2 under root of 2 is cancelled. 3 plus 3 will become here 6. Now to obtain the value x to the power 4 plus 1 upon x to the power 4, first of all we shall find out the value of x square plus 1 upon x square. Okay, so for that I will square the given term. So that will be x plus 1 upon x whole power 2 will be equal to 6 to the power 2. I am squaring on both the sides. Now while squaring it, for here I will apply one formula, that will be a plus b whole power 2 is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, so who is my a here? Value of a will be here x, and b will be 1 upon x. Okay, so I am putting the value of a as x here and b as 1 upon x. That will be x square plus 1 upon x square, because here square of 1 will become 1 and I wrote only the square of denominator, plus 2ab. So 2 into x into 1 upon x will be equal to 36. Here 6 and 6 got cancelled, and 2 I am transferring onto that side. So I will get here x square plus 1 upon x square is equal to 34. How 34? Because 2 if I transfer there, it will subtract from 36. Now again squaring on both the sides means again I am taking the power 2 onto the both sides. So x square plus 1 upon x square whole power 2 will be equal to 34 square. Okay, again I am taking the power 2 because I need to obtain the power 4 here now. Once again I need to square. Now here I will consider x square is my a and 1 upon x square is my b. So again same formula I will apply here. Okay, so a square, remember your a is here x square, up whole power 2 will come. Okay, similarly 1 upon x square is your b, because see here in place of b who is coming, 1 upon x square. So 1 upon x square whole power 2 will come, and plus 2 into x square into 1 upon x square is equal to 1156. 34 square will be equal to 1156. Now x square and x square is cancelled. Here see 2 and 2 power will multiply by the laws of exponent. So it will become 4. Same way here 2 and 2 will multiply. This will become x to the power 4. And this 2 again it will go on that side. It will subtract from 1156. So this will become 1154. This is your answer of the given question. So see, power 4 is given, so we can solve the question in this way, and if the power 2 or 3 is given, that way I have shown you earlier. Okay, now let us see the next question. Now in the next question what we have given, let us see. Next question we have given that if, we'll mark this question as second. Okay, we have given that if x equal to, we have given the value of x here 1 upon 2 minus under root of 3, then find the value of x cube minus 2x square, okay, then minus 7x and then plus 5. So we have given that one cubic polynomial whose value we need to find out. However, we have given that only one term, x equal to 1 upon 2 minus under root of 3. So in this question what we will do first of all we shall rationalize the given denominator. Okay, so let us see. I will say here, since the value of x is equal to 1 upon 2 minus under root of 3, I will rationalize it. So 2 plus under root of 3 upon 2 plus under root of 3. Okay, here you should not attempt one mistake. If you see the value of x is given and directly put up the value of x here, that will make your question too lengthy and ultimately you may not be achieve the required answer. So this question have particular method. That method I am sharing with you. Accordingly we can solve such kind of question given in the reference book. Okay, so now here if I rationalize 1 multiplied by 2 plus root 3, that will be 2 plus root 3. Okay, as it is. And in the denominator I will apply the formula a square minus b square. So this will be square of 2 minus square of under root of 3. Right, now what will be square of 2? That will be 4. So if I solve little further, this will be 2 plus under root of 3 upon 4 minus square of root of 3. The square and square root got cancelled. This will remain 3. So 4 minus 3 will be equal to 1, and denominator 1 we can simply leave it. So we can say that therefore the value of x is here 2 plus under root of 3. Now from here, remember after simplifying this one, we shall always find out the value of root term. Means here root of 3 is given to me now. So I will find out the value of root of 3. So root of 3, what is the value of root of 3? That will be x minus 2 is equal to under root of 3. Okay, so remember the method says always find out the value of root of 3 and all other terms you can send on to the other side of the equation. Okay, now you have to perform the squaring on both the sides. So we shall square on both sides. So therefore x minus 2 whole power 2 is equal to under root of 3 whole power 2. I am squaring on the both sides. When I will square this one, I will open by the formula a minus b the whole square. What is the formula of a minus b the whole square? It is a square. So who is my x? A here. A is my x and b is my 2. Okay. So a square plus b square minus 2 into a into b. Okay. Is equal to who will remain? 3, because square root and square got cancelled. Okay, now 2 into 2 will become here 4x and this will become 4. So we can say that the value of x square minus of 4x plus 4 minus 3 is equal to 0. That 3 I brought on this side. So finally, what equation I am getting here? X square minus of 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. This one is your equation number 1. Now remember this equation always how we got, because in similar kind of question each and every time you have to do the same work. Okay, now let us see how we can go further. This question is not so simple, but I try to make a simple as much as possible. Now first of all, you see the given expression, this expression value we need to find out. Okay, so this I will consider as my dividend. What I said, I will consider this one as dividend, and this one, this value I obtained in the left hand side of equation number 1, this I will consider as divisor. So first of all, for to the dividend I will divide by the divisor. Okay, let's see this work you can do in the rough. Okay, that you need not to show as a solution of your question. So now if I divide, so who is my dividend here? My dividend is x cube minus 2x square minus 7x plus 5. And who is my divisor here? X square minus of 4x plus 1. Since I want to divide the dividend by the divisor, observe its power. Here the first term is given as x cube. So x cube, if I divide by x square, it will remain each and every time x, because here 3x were there and 2 are cancelled, so 1x will remain, or you can say that by the laws of exponent. So 3 minus 2 will become 1. Okay, because bases are same, terms are in division. So from the power of the term of numerator, we can subtract the power of term of denominator. Now, so here I will copy x. Now x you multiply in all the 3 terms. So first of all, see, x I multiply in x square, that will become x cube. X I will multiply into minus of 4x, that will become minus of 4x square, and x I will multiply into 1, that will become plus x. Okay, now change the sign, minus plus minus. This method I think you have covered in class 8. Okay, in the class 8 you have covered division of polynomial. The same method I am following here. Okay, so now x cube and x cube got cancelled. Okay, here you observe sign of 4x square is plus and sign of 2x square is minus. So from 4 I will subtract 2. What will remain here? 2x square. Similarly, here sign of 7x and x are same. Now it is minus, and this is also minus. So I will add both of them. So 7, and here how many x are there? 1. So 7 and 1 will become here minus of 8x. Okay, because sign of bigger term you have to apply. And plus 5 will be as it is. Okay, now don't divide further. However, we can divide. The method says we can divide one more time, but we can keep it till here only. We can say this is my reminder. Okay, let us see further how we can write down the required things. Now remember, I got the quotient here as x, and my dividend is this given term and divisor is this particular term. So let us see, and this is my reminder, 2x square minus of 8x plus 5. So let me write down these things first. So suppose if I write down, reminder I am keeping as it is to copy first. So I can say that x cube minus 2x square minus of 7x plus 5 will be equal to x square minus 4x plus 1 into x plus 2x square minus of 8x plus 5. Right? How I have written this particular equation? Can you guess? This equation, see students, I have written in the form dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. That way you have checked the division. It was given last year to you. You perform the division and check by your own whether division is correct or not. So you put up the value in this formula. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So in this form I have written. Now this is my question actually. Its value I will find out. Now one thing you note here, the value of this bracket x square minus 4x plus 1, this value is given 0 in the equation number 1. So this value I can put up here 0. 0 into x plus, now this 5 now I am writing in this way. You tell me it is correct or not. 2x square minus 8x plus 4, and then here plus 1 I am writing separately. It would be right only because see 4 and 1 if you add it will become again 5. Now by doing this way, see this is a small manipulation I am doing it here. I am taking 2 common from this particular bracket. This is becoming 0, so I am ignoring it. Okay, so now 2 I am taking common. This will be x square minus of 4x plus 2, and then plus 1 will be separately kept. Now one thing you observe here, 2 if I have taken common, then here I am dividing by 2, remaining is 1. Here I am dividing by 2, remaining is 4, and again dividing by 2, remaining is 2. Right? Now here x square minus 4x plus 1 is remaining. Achha, okay. So here some mistake we have done. In place of keeping 4 here, if I keep it 2, then here it will remain 1. Okay. So see students, I can write down little change I will do it here. If here I will keep 2, then definitely here I will keep 3. Again same way 2 plus 3 will be equal to 5 only. But now you observe, if I take common, then here it will remain 1. Right now you see we cannot use the equation number 1. Why? Because here plus 1 is given and I am getting here 2. So I will make one change. Here I kept 2 and 3 I am keeping out. Again 2 plus 3 will become here 5 only. Now if you take common, it will remain here 1. And again I put up the value of this bracket. This will become 2 into 0 plus 1. We can say with the help of, plus 3. So with the help of equation number 1. So 2 into 0 plus 3 will be equal to 3. This will be the answer of the given question. Okay. So once you can have a look of the whole question, we are going to start the next question in the sequence. Okay. Now see the next question. Next question is given here as arrange the given term in the descending order. Okay, this is from your laws of exponent. So let us see how we can find out. So third question now I am taking of today's. Just let me rub. Yes, and we are starting now question number 3rd. Okay, so third question, what we have given, they are giving 3 terms. Cube root of 18, they are saying arrange in descending order. Descending order. Okay, we have to arrange it in a descending order. What terms we have given here? Terms are given cube root of 18, one term, comma, then 6th root of 144. Okay, and the last term we have given here square root of 6. Okay, normally we say square root only. Observe here the order we have given. Here 3 is given, here given 6. Means what is the root term that is given to us? Here nothing is written, so we can assume 2. Now directly we cannot find out who is bigger and who is smaller. To write down in the descending order, we need to find out who is the biggest term. So that largest term we shall write down first, and accordingly we can create the sequence. So here First of all, we need to make all the terms order same. Here it is coming 3, here it is coming 6, and here it is coming 2. So first of all, we shall make their order same. How we can make it? First, I will take the LCM of these three orders, 3, 6 and 2. So 3, 6 and 2. Its LCM I will find out, and definitely it will come as 6. Means I need to find out that biggest value which can be divisible by these three terms. Okay, so observe, 6 we can divide by 3, by 6 and by 2 as well. That is the biggest term. Okay, so that is the lowest term, sorry, not biggest. That will be the lowest term we can see, which we can divide from this all three terms. Now here you observe, first of all, cube root of 18 I will manipulate. So cube root of 18 is equal to, okay, now how we can manipulate? Here what is the given order? 3. So I will write down here 6. Okay, and inside what term I have given? 18. So I will write down 18 as it is. Now you do one thing, 6 you divide by 3. What you will get? 6 you divide by 3. So you will get 2. So power of 18 will become here 2. And square of 18 will be equal to here 324. So we can say that cube root of 18 I can write down 6th root of 324. Okay. Now next one is here. Next term we have given that 6th root of 144. 6th root of 144 we need not to change because its order is already given 6 and we required 6 only. So this one we can copy as it is. Let us see the last one, square root of 6. So here first I will place the new order, that will be 6. Write down the term coming in the root, that will be 6. Okay. Now 6 you divide by 2, that is 3. So power of 3 will be here, sorry, power of 6 will be here 3. Once again I will tell you how 3 is coming. 6 you divide by 2, what you will get? 3. That power of inner term, the 6 will be equal to 3. So we can say that it will become 6th root of 216. Now see, all the three terms, their order has become same. Okay, so now we can compare easily the term lying inside the roots. Okay, so we can say that since who is the biggest one here? 324 is the biggest one. So we can say that since 6th root of 324 is more than 6th root of 216, because now after that who is coming the biggest one here? 216, and similarly the last term will be 6th root of 144. So we have written them in the descending order. Let us write down the original term. Now see, 6th root of 324 came from which original term? Cube root of 18. So this we can write down as cube root of 18. Okay. Similarly, 6th root of 216 came from square root of 6. So we can write down this one as square root of 6. And last one is same only, 6th root of 144, because it came from that only. So 6th root of 144. This will be the answer of this question. Okay. Now let us see the next question, question number 4. Okay. I hope this question is clear to you. If it is come in the ascending order, then you write down this term first, then this one, and then last one. Ascending order means lowest to the biggest one. Okay. Now let us see the next question, question number 4. In the fourth question, what we have given? In the fourth question, they are saying if, I will write down the question over here. Fourth question, they are saying here as if a to the power x is equal to b to the power y is equal to c to the power z. Okay. And one more thing we have given in the question, b square is equal to ac, means this is also given one equation. Then we have to show that, we have given one equation here, 2 upon y will be equal to 1 upon x plus 1 upon y. Okay, this is the given equation. Now let us see how we can prove this equation with the help of these two things. First of all, I will consider the given equations. A to the power x is equal to b to the power y is equal to c to the power z. And all these three terms I will suppose equal to k. Because you see, suppose I say the value of square of 2 and the value of minus of square of 2. Okay, both are equal. So both should have common value. So that common value will be equal to 4. Same way, these all three terms are equal. So their common value I am supposing equal to k. Now all the three terms are equal to k. So separately they will be also equal to k. So or else I can write down a to the power x is equal to k. Similarly, b to the power y is equal to k and c to the power z is equal to also k. Let us consider this particular term first. So since we have the value of a to the power x is equal to k, as I have done squaring on both the sides last question, in some of the questions we have done squaring, okay, or cubing also we have done. So same way here I am taking the power 1 upon x on both sides. Okay, so taking power 1 upon x, taking power 1 upon x on both sides. Okay, so on both the sides I am taking this power. So what will be now next? A to the power x whole power 1 upon x and k to the power will be also 1 upon x. Now you observe a have two different power x and 1 upon x. Both will multiply. So we can say that a to the power x into 1 upon x will be equal to k to the power 1 by x. Here x and x will be cancelled. So therefore what will be the final value of a? That is k to the power 1 by x. Means whatever the power of a, if it is goes on to that side, it will become the reciprocal. Similarly, if I calculate the value of b, so b will be equal to k to the power 1 upon y. Okay, because here you see the x is going on that side becoming reciprocal, so y will be going on that side becoming the reciprocal. And same way the value of c will be equal to k to the power 1 upon z. This will be the third value. Now these all three values I will put up in the second equation given to me. This I can say equation number 1. Combine all three boxes, I am supposing equation number 1. So we can say that since b square will be equal to ac, so put up the value of b. Value of b what I have? K to the power 1 upon y whole power 2 is equal to a value is k to the power 1 upon x into c value is k to the power 1 upon z. Now one rule of exponent we have covered. If the term have two different powers, then that two powers will get multiplied. And if two terms are bases are same and they are in multiplication, so their powers will get added. Okay, so now it is not possible to write down all the formulas here. I hope the laws of exponents are clear to you. That laws only I am applying here. Okay, so here two powers are there, that powers I will multiply. That will be k whole power 1 upon y into 2, that will become 2 upon y. Okay, because 1 and 2 will multiply. Similarly here 1 upon x and 1 upon z, we shall add, it will become 1 upon x plus 1 upon z. Now here one simple formula we shall use. If I have two terms, a to the power m is equal to a to the power n. Okay, if two terms are given equal and their bases are equal, so I can equate their power also. So I can say that the value of m will be equal to n. Same thing is happening here also. See, these two terms are coming same and their bases means k are equal. So their power we can also equate. So we can say that, which implies that 2 upon y will be equal to 1 upon x plus 1 upon z. Here you can give the reason, bases are same. bases are same. And observe what is required in the question, that already we have got here. I think question I have written little wrong. It is 1 upon x plus 1 upon z. Here by mistakenly I wrote y. Please consider as z. Okay, so 2 upon y is equal to 1 upon x plus 1 upon z. Okay, that will not be y, that is z. Clear everybody? Now let us see the next question. Next and last question of today's. So question number 5 I am taking now. So let me rub this one first. Now in the question number 5, in the fifth question we have given that rationalize the denominator. Okay, rationalize the denominator. Why I am taking this question? Already I have taken many questions of rationalizing the denominator. So rationalizing the denominator, but term you see what we have given, 3 upon under root of 3 minus under root of 3 minus under root of 2, okay, and then plus it is given under root of 5. Okay, now you observe we have learned the rationalization process up till 2 terms. Means in denominator, if 2 terms are given, then we can multiply and divide by the same denominator. Only change of sign we do it, whatever the sign is given between the 2 terms of denominator. But here you see we have given that 3 terms. So where we shall change the sign, what we will do exactly, that is a bit of confusion. Okay, so don't worry. Now let us see how this question can be solved. First of all, consider the given question, 3 upon under root of 3 minus under root of 2 plus under root of 5. Okay, and what I will do here, root of 3 minus root of 2, I will put up the bracket. When I am putting the bracket over here, then root of 3 minus root of 2, I am supposing as a single term. Okay, so remember root of 3 minus root of 2 is my one term and root of 5 is my another term. So now if this is one term and this is another term, sign between the two terms is coming here plus. So I will take it minus while I will rationalizing. Okay, so here 3 upon under root of 3 minus under root of 2 plus under root of 5. That will be as it is. Now we are multiplying and dividing by the same term, keeping in mind this is first and this is second term. So this plus sign I will make it minus. Okay, so this will be under root of 3 minus under root of 2 first term minus second term under root of 5 upon again root of 3 minus under root of 2 and then again minus under root of 5. Remember root of 3 minus root of 2 is my one term. Now 3 will multiply in the whole numerator. So for a while we can keep 3 as it is. Okay, it may come common from denominator. So we shall keep it 3 outside and this one I am writing as it is now, root 3 minus of root 2 minus of under root of 5. Okay, whole divided by. Now this particular term root 3 minus root 2 I am taking as A. This is my A, and root of 5 I am taking as B. So my terms are given in the form of A plus B into A minus B. So formula you know that A square minus B square. So who is my A here? Root 3 minus root 2 whole power 2 minus under root of 5 whole power 2. Let us simplify further. So if I simplify it further, 3 into the bracket under root of 3 minus under root of 2 minus under root of 5 will be as it is. Okay, now this one I will open by the formula A minus B the whole square. So that will be under root of 3 whole power 2, that is my A square. Second one is B square, so that will be under root of 2 whole power 2, and then 2AB, so minus 2 into under root of 3 into under root of 2, right? Observe once again, I am opening with the help of formula A minus B the whole square. So it is A square plus b square minus 2 into a into b, and then minus of under root of 5 the whole square became here 5. Now here also the square and square root got cancelled, so this will remain 3, this will remain 2. So I will get now is equal to 3 into the bracket, the numerator I am writing as it is, okay, and in the denominator what I will get, this will become 3 plus 2 minus 2 under root of 6 and minus 5. Now one thing you observe, here 3 and 2 if I add it will become 5, and here also 5, that is minus. So 3, 2 and 5 got cancelled. So what will remain here? 3 into the bracket under root of 3 minus under root of 2 minus under root of 5 whole divided by minus 2 under root of 6. Okay, that much only remain, but still my denominator is not completely rationalized. Observe here root of 6 is irrational number. So once again we need to rationalize. Now students, remember one thing here. Suppose here I have remained only single term. Now if you remain two terms, for example root of 6 minus root of 3 remain. Okay, so further what you will do, you will multiply and divide by root of 6 plus root of 3. Okay, for example suppose here root of 6 minus root of 3 is remaining. Okay, so from where which term you will multiply and divide? Minus 2 under root of 6 plus under root of 3. Means you have to apply the same process as we applied in such kind of basic questions. This is little advanced question where 3 terms we are rationalizing of denominator. Okay, so 2 terms questions you have done. So you treat this question now as a 2 term question and now start doing it in the same manner. However, we are lucky that we got only 1 term here. So now only root of 6 I have to rationalize. So I will multiply and divide by root of 6. Okay, and minus 3 upon 2 I will keep it separately. So minus 3 upon 2 I am keeping separately into under root of 3 minus under root of 2 minus under root of 5 upon root of 6 will be as it is. Okay, and now I am multiplying and dividing by under root of 6. Okay, now one thing you observe, this root of 6 will multiply in these 3 terms, and this root of 6 and root of 6 will become here 6. So now I will get here minus 3 upon 2 into the bracket. Okay, what will come? Root of 6 multiplied to root of 3, that will become under root of 18 minus under root of 12 minus under root of 30. 6 into 5, that will become 30, and upon this will be 6 is coming over there. Now 3 ones are 3 and 3 twos are 6, we can cancel, right? 2 and 2 will multiply, that will become 4. So I will write down here the remaining part. So this will become minus 1 upon 4 into the bracket. Now you observe root of 18 is coming. Okay, so now please see in the rough, since I have the lack of space, so I cannot solve fully here. So please see, suppose if I take under root of 18. Okay, so 18 how I can write down? 3 into 3 into 2. Okay, so we can write down 18 as 3 into 3 into 2, and one pair of 3 is complete, that will come out. So we can say that 18 I can write down as 3 under root of 2. Same way 12, if you see 12 I can write down 2 into 2 into 3, and that 1 2 will come out. So that will become minus 2 under root of 3. And root of 30 if you simplify, then it will come 2 into 3 into 5. So no number is making pair. So root of 30 I will copy it as it is, minus under root of 30. Okay, and I think this can be the final answer. Because see, if minus sign if you wish to multiply, so these two terms will become positive and this one will become negative. Now suppose if I multiply the minus sign, then 2 under root of 3 will become here positive, under root of 30 will become here positive, and 3 under root of 2 will become here negative, and upon 4 will be as it is. So this will be the final answer of the question. Okay, So any confusion in this question, if you have, then later on we can take some more question of such kind. However, these questions are rare to come in the examination, but still they have the record of this question they ask in the exam as well. So please prepare this kind of question. Now I hope I have covered all the questions of chapter number 1. Last time I told you if I found some more question, I will definitely share with you. So I found these questions. These questions are coming rarely, but still they have record to come in the examination. So definitely at least one time we can see it. Now in the next session we shall start the chapter number 2, polynomials. Long chapter, lengthy one, so definitely that chapter we require more time to finish. Okay, but don't worry, we'll do it properly. Okay, whatever the homework I'm giving you, that definitely you try to solve it.